Hey everybody, welcome back to Pine and Berry Homestead. I am super excited about today's little project that I am working on. So the inspiration for this project actually came from a fellow Maine gardener. Her name is Allison, and you can find her on Instagram. Her Instagram is called Finch and Folly, and if you do not follow her, I highly suggest that you do. Her garden is absolutely magical, and she is a wealth of knowledge, especially for us Maine gardeners. Her creativity really comes through in her garden, and honestly, when I think about what my garden's going to look like in the next few years, I look to Finch and Folly for inspiration, because she has this magical, whimsical feel that she has woven in to her space. And I think that's really important because gardening is hard. And I think that being able to create a space that inspires you makes it not feel like work. It just, weaving yourself into the garden is important. All right, so I had to come inside to finish this portion of the video because it is so windy out there. I felt like I was gonna get blown away. What I was saying was I feel like it's important to create a space, a garden space that is inspiring and it doesn't feel like hard work all the time. You want to be able to be excited to go into the garden and not be like, ugh, I have to go into the garden. I have things I have to do. Like, you want to go in there and you want to be like, oh, I'm so excited to work on this next project. And that's really what I'm trying to create in my garden. I really want to add this feeling of whimsy and excitement and interplanting beautiful flowers with vegetables and just a place where I can just go and chill and relax and enjoy the space. So today's project, I am going to be making a branch trellis. Whenever Finch and Folly puts videos on her Instagram, my eye is automatically drawn to the branch trellises that she has made. They are beautiful. They create a vertical growing space and they're functional. Like, you can grow vining flowers on them. I'm gonna grow snow peas on them because it's time for me to plant those. So that's what I'm going to do. But this project can be done with things that you can just find around the house, things that you already have on hand. For example, I'm going to be growing this in a container. I went behind my house and I found 5 or 6 branches that I'm going to be using. I have twine that I am going to be using to tie the branches together. And the only thing I actually had to purchase for this project was the grapevine garland. I got it from Michael's and I'm a little disappointed with like the thickness of it. It's actually quite thin, but I am gonna use it. I'm gonna see how I like it, see how it works. It's what I have, so I'm just going with it. And I am just really, really excited to take you along as I build this beautiful and whimsical trellis.
What I love about this is that it can be done on a budget. For example, we don't have a ton of money to sink into the garden every year. So repurposing and reusing or finding things that we can use in the garden is important. My biggest expense will be compost, and I've saved up for it. This project can be done with things you already have on hand, or if you have to purchase an item like twine, for example, it won't break the bank. I think I got this spool of hemp twine at Walmart for like $10. It was quite large, and I've used it for multiple projects, and I still have a bunch to use. You also don't need a container for this project. You can make it for an in-ground garden bed. Just be sure that the branches are longer than your desired height because you will want to drive them about a foot into the ground so that they're secure. This is very simple and easy to make, and it adds so much beauty to the garden.
All right, that took like no time at all, and it came out exactly how I had imagined. Perfectly perfect. Absolutely lovely. As you can see, the grapevine garland is a little bit thinner than I had hoped. Next time I do this project, I'll probably use something a little thicker if I can find it. And I did run out at the top, so I'm just going to continue along the top with the twine that I have just to make it continuous all the way up, although I don't think that will matter come growing season. But I'm very excited to grow on this. I'm actually going to go grab my peas and I'm going to plant them around each side of the branches so they can just crawl up and do their thing. Thank you for hanging out with me today.